Hey you guys, it's Peter, and I'm back. Of course I'm back. I'm not going anywhere. Beast! Peekaboo! I see you because I'm YouTube famous now. Available Christmas 2022, the album Sexy Santa Shimmy Shimmy Dad AF. The album cover with just me on the front of it. Sexy Santa Shimmy Shimmy Dad AF. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas everywhere you go. A little schmaltzy Christmas music for you. Beast! All right, let's get into today's video. Happy Friday. Are you guys having a good Friday? I hope that you are. I hope that you're having a fantastic beginning to your weekend. Okay, so today's video is about James Charles. Obviously, you know that from the title of this video. I don't know what the title of this video is going to be yet, but it probably has James Charles somewhere in the title. So anyway, we're going to talk about James Charles today. But before I do, there are a couple things that I want to address. One of them is kind of funny, and the other one is rather serious. So let me talk about the funny one first. And the funny one is my journey of hats on this channel, okay? And I get so many comments from time to time. People ask me, what hats do you wear? I think people know that I wear the Gorin Brothers hat, which is G-O-O-R-I-N Brothers hat. I swear by their hat. All the hats that they have that are like farm animals are called The Farm. It's on their website. You can go check them out. I love their trucker hats so much. And those are the hats that I currently wear now. Back in the day when I first started on YouTube, I've always worn trucker hats. I love trucker hats. My dad wore trucker hats when I was growing up. He actually wore like the original, like the Peterbilt, you know, semi-trucker hats. He used to like try to find old school trucker hats and stuff like that. So he wore those. I still do love those. They just don't fit my head very well. So anyway, back in the day, before I started YouTube, I would wear this John Deere trucker hat a lot. And then when I started on YouTube, I had been wearing, and I started to wear in my videos, this pink Ultra Music Festival hat. I don't know if you guys remember it, but I have it in like hot pink. I have it in like hot green, neon green, neon. I have it in all these neon, you know, festival colors. I still have them upstairs, things like that. But then over time, I started transitioning into the D squared icon hats. Do you guys remember that? I used to wear the D squared icon hats. I still love those. Love them so much. They're rather pricey. And I have a couple of them. But my favorite was a corduroy blue one that I had that said icon in like golden yellow letters. And I actually took it off like while I was like putting a hoodie on my way back from Los Angeles years ago. And I took the hat off and I put it in the seat next to me. And I got up and I walked off the plane without my hat on. So I left the hat on the plane. I thought, some kind citizen of the world, don't you want to try to be the best citizen you can? I know I do. So anyway, I thought some kind citizen of the world would turn it in, but no, that didn't happen. So there's somebody out there that's wearing a D squared icon hat. So anyway, I searched and searched and searched because they had discontinued this hat. And we had actually bought it in Las Vegas when we were there for our wedding anniversary like the year before. And so they had discontinued it by that point, and I couldn't find it anywhere. About a year ago, I actually found it on like eBay or something like that, which I probably bought my own hat back, except I think it was like a brand new one that somebody had bought and then they like, you know, marked up to some ridiculous price and whatever. But I have that hat. So I was very excited about that. But then I started wearing the Gorin Brothers hats because I love these hats so much. And I now probably, I mean, no lie, I probably have, I don't know, 30 Gorin Brothers hats. Okay, so if y'all are watching White Lotus 2, no, I'm not going to spoil it for you, but there's a character in there, and he wears, a very good-looking character. He wears one of the Gorin Brothers hats, okay? And it's camouflage, and it says cock on there just like this one. When I tell you the amount of people that watch my videos and started messaging me and saying like, is that the brand of hat that you wear, or is that the hat that you wear in your videos? I got so many messages about it, right? I was so excited about it. So I just recently finished White Lotus 2 like 2 days ago. I just finished it. So I saw, because I didn't know at that point, I was like, what hat are they talking about? So I finally see the hat, okay? And while I'm watching the show, I'm like, oh my God, I love that hat. So I had to get online and buy the hat. So it came today. I have the hat. There you go. So now I am just like the character in White Lotus 2. Don't be jealous. I know when you watch me and you watch him in the show, you're going to be very confused as to which one is which. You're going to be like, we can't tell the difference. Which one's Peter and which one's the guy on in the show? We don't know. Like, they look so much alike, right? I know. So I don't want to confuse you. You guys have watched White Lotus, you're like, no. First of all, there's a 30 age difference, and you guys don't look anything alike. But anyway, so I got the hat. I love the hat. I love their hat so much. But anyway, there's also a camouflage hat that says freedom on it, and I love that one too. But anyway, that's the first thing I wanted to talk about. So thank you guys all for reaching out to me about my hat. The second thing I want to talk about is the video that I did yesterday and that I posted. And that was and it took me a very long time to put together. And that was about me doing the Lensa AI app. And so if you got a chance to watch my video, I think there were about 1,000 or 1,500 people that got to watch my video before I privatized it. And what it was me explaining what the Lensa AI app was, because I had seen everybody do it, like on Instagram and Twitter, and people were changing their profile pictures to it, and they were posting pictures on Instagram, and I thought, oh, I'm going to do this thing because I wanted to be part of the trend. I didn't really think much deeper than that. Honestly, I just didn't. And so I did it, and I thought, oh, well, this will be cute, because I'll go in there and I'll buy the 100 picture package, and then I'll show all 100 pictures, which took me forever to include when I was, y'all know I don't edit, okay? So just imagine putting 100 pictures in a video. Y'all know I sometimes forget to even put the receipts, Whitney, in my video. So to put 100 pictures in there, it took me a very long time, okay? So I put these 100 pictures in there. I'm like watching the video back. I'm like, okay, this video is kind of cute. It's kind of funny. People will enjoy this video and whatever, because it showed all these foolish pictures of me. And I post the video, and then right after I posted the video, I posted like the one that I had shown in the thumbnail of it. I posted it on Instagram, and I said something like, oh, look at this hot stud. And then I said, if you want to see the rest of them, go over and watch my video. Okay. Immediately in the comment section of the video, as well as in the comment section of my Instagram picture, and also on Twitter, because I posted it on Twitter, I immediately started getting flooded with comments from people saying, please don't support this. I'm very disappointed in you for supporting this app, yada, 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 because this app is allegedly stealing other artists, other creators' art without their consent. When I tell you that I was completely surprised by this, I had no idea, you guys. I didn't know. I had no clue. I hadn't read the articles, all of that, okay? It's my mistake that I didn't go in and I didn't go look at the information that they were talking about this. But I honestly didn't really think there was any, I just thought it was an app that people were doing for fun and everybody was doing it. You know, I didn't really think much about it. So I sat there and I read the comments, and there were enough of them by that point, and people were very kind. I mean, they were like, hey, you probably didn't know about this. I mean, there were a few people that were like, I'm kind of disappointed that you're supporting this app. You know, did you not look into it? Did you not know it? And in all honesty, no, I didn't. I should have, but I didn't. I didn't even think that there would be anything to look into, in all honesty. And after thinking about it for literally, I mean, maybe about 3 or 4 minutes, I was like, the right thing to do, because I think if you guys have watched my videos for a long time and talking about Simply Kenna in the past and other people that have been accused of stealing other creators' art, I firmly believe in supporting other artists, especially smaller creators. I didn't feel right in posting the video, so I privatized the video, and I deleted the picture off of Instagram. I deleted my tweet because I didn't want to support it anyway. I put up a statement on Twitter, and I can read you guys the statement that I put. Hold on just a second, just so we're all on the same page. Where did I put it? Okay, I said, after having read many of the comments on my video and on Instagram, I have decided to delete my Lensa video and picture. I honestly had no idea how problematic it was, but I believe in supporting artists of any kind and don't want to support anything that could be deemed art theft. So I just want that to be known, that I did that, and there's, you know, that's how I feel going forward. And I really want to say I appreciate anybody bringing it to my attention. You know, I was tagged in something a couple days ago, which was talking about like commentary and drama channels putting out misinformation and inviting me kind of to this conversation of talking about misinformation. I would be, you know, I I would be real hypocritical to say I've never put out misinformation. I have, but it's never really been deliberate. I mean, it's never been deliberate from my point of view. And it's always been important for me to come back. And I think anybody that's watched me for a long period of time has known that it's always been important for me to come back and to correct that and to say, hey, listen, like I put out misinformation. I was wrong. An opinion is one thing, okay? I think we all have our right to our opinions. I used to say, opinions are like, what? So we all have one. I can have my opinion, okay? But it's a difference when you're talking about opinions and facts. I myself am somebody that there have been people out there that have put a lot of misinformation out there that have really persuaded people to think a certain way about me, that there is no merit in the information that they have put out there, and they are fully aware that there is no merit to that in conversations that I have had with those people, and they allow that information to exist. And at some point, I just was kind of like, it is what it is. But I understand people that get very upset about that. And so, for me on my channel, it's always been, let me continue to learn, and it would be rather preachy of me to get in videos and say that I'm a believer in, second, third, ninth chances, and I'm also a believer in being the best version of yourself you can be and continuing to learn from your mistakes if I didn't do the same thing. So I just want to say, that I apologize for having done that video. I sat there and I read the comments and I was like, oh my God, I felt so cringe. I was like, I honestly did not know, at all. So, like I said, I'm always about supporting the smaller creator and the smaller artist. And so I appreciate you guys for bringing that to my attention. Thank you. All right, so let's talk about James Charles now, okay? Woo! On a much lighter note, let's talk about James Charles. Okay, so James Charles, he said what? He said who? I'm okay, what's a good transition over here? Okay, James Charles. So, James Charles was at the People's Choice Awards. I know that you guys probably watched my video a couple days ago. Oh, you didn't? Because you don't care about James Charles anymore? Well, I don't know that James Charles knows that nobody cares about him anymore. Hold on, I need a little bit more lip gloss. Anyway, it's like milking a cow, isn't it? Anyway, I don't know that James Charles doesn't know that people care about him anymore, and that's evident, okay, by what he did at the People's Choice Awards. So, James Charles went up to, if I don't rub my lips together, woo, people will go crazy. Did it go up and it never came down? No, it's right here, my butt crack. Anyway, so, James Charles, here, I will post some pictures up here. I was going to post the entire TikTok, but interestingly enough, I have to tell you what happened. So I had posted a TikTok of James Charles literally in 2020, maybe 2019, something like that. And just last week, I got a copyright thing for it. I didn't get a strike on my channel or anything, but it's where they you know what I'm talking about? I can't remember what it's called. It's it doesn't affect your channel, but I don't know the business of all this stuff, y'all, okay? But it's where they claim it. It's a copyright claim is what it is, right? So I got a copyright claim on one of James Charles' TikToks. So I don't know how comfortable I feel posting, and I think it's a TikTok thing, honestly. I don't think it was James Charles is going in and trying to ruin my career. I think he could care less. Because I posted a lot of James Charles TikToks through the years. But I don't know how comfortable I feel right now, including TikToks in videos anymore, if they're going to start claiming all of that stuff, So it's why back in the day, everybody includes clips from YouTube videos, and I don't. And one of the reasons why I don't is because I hear people all across YouTube and Twitter say, oh, my video got claimed for this, but it's fair use, and my video got claimed for that, and it's fair use. I just don't include it, and that way, I just talk about it. You guys get the idea. You can go look at the clip, you can go look at the video, and you can watch it for yourself and decide. But I'm not going to include it in my video because if it gets claimed, then what happens is nobody can watch it. It falls out of the algorithm and then nobody sees it. And I'm not going to do that. So I just don't include that stuff. So at this point, I'm kind of deciding not to include TikToks. But I am going to include some screenshots of what happened because it was so, speaking of cringe, it was so uncomfortable to watch. And what it was that Ryan Reynolds and Noah Schnapp from Stranger Things were having a conversation at the People's Choice Awards. Okay, first of all, why is James Charles at the People's Choice Awards, okay? Like, that's the video that I did the other day. Like, is he the People's Choice? Who makes up the guest list of the People's Choice Awards? I mean, are they vetting these people out? I mean, James Charles, first of all, is not as trendy as he was before. He's not as famous as he was before. He's just not as relevant as he was before. Not only that, he has been involved in, like, major, massive scandals up to this point, okay? With no conclusion to it whatsoever, except for that, I'm desperate. So I don't know. I guess the People's Choice is kind of like a speed dating place. Like, I think that James Charles was going there to look for a boyfriend, maybe. And maybe they, like, I don't know, maybe he knows somebody on the insides of the People's Choice Awards, and they're like, come here, and maybe you can find somebody in the net, and, you know, that's in the industry. And he's like, yes, somebody in the industry. So he was there because he was, I don't know, maybe looking for the People's Choice boyfriend or something. I don't know. But there was this part where Ryan Reynolds and I think it was Ryan Reynolds, yeah, it was, and Noah Schnapp are talking, and James Charles literally comes up, and I'm posting pictures here somewhere, literally comes up in the middle of them. I mean, they're like in the middle of a conversation, you guys, okay? And literally comes up and, like, interrupts them while they're talking, okay? Hold on a second. James Charles, over here, okay? Following crazy TikTok trends, okay? And then Noah Schnapp from Stranger Things, okay? And Ryan Reynolds. So, I'm very confused about where James Charles thinks that he is that famous that he can just interrupt this conversation, you know what I mean? But apparently he does, okay? So, the internet was going crazy, and they were like, James Charles, like, he is on some level where he thinks he's, like, super famous, and he thinks he's super relevant, but he's not, right? And it's so cringe, and it's so uncomfortable, and yada yada, whatever, okay? So, hold on a second. Let me read you a little bit of the article. Here, this is from Netflix Junkie, is what this is called. James Charles leaves the internet wheezing as he creeps up to Ryan Reynolds and Noah Schnapp at the People's Choice Awards. Okay, so here it is. The people, you gotta poke your eye out. Okay, the People's Choice Awards not only gave us a live telecast of Shania Twain replacing Brad Pitt and Ryan Reynolds in her performance. Okay, it goes on to say all this kind of stuff. And then it talks about this. What did James Charles do again? Okay, then it talks all about the downfall of James Charles. Despite the controversies, Charles has persevered by doing what he does best, making YouTube videos. He also has had some really awkward interactions with celebrities at events. We have not forgotten Met Gala 2019. The trend continued at this year's People's Choice Awards. Okay. James Charles met Ryan Reynolds and Noah Schnapp at the award function. This year, the Deadpool actor won the People's Icon Award. Noah Schnapp won the Male TV Star. And James Charles, well, he was a good sport. This is actually really well written. The meeting between the three celebrities has left fans feeling a lot of things. We will be ignoring the section that thinks James Charles was out of place for making a conversation with Reynolds and Schnapp, because it isn't the fact that he joined the conversation, but how he joined it, that has made it emerge as a winner on our Cringiest Moments of 2022 list. A viral video on the internet captures the exact moment that James Charles walked up to where Reynolds and Schnapp were talking and just stood there. The actors were so immersed in their conversation that they did not even see him until after a good minute. This interaction between James Charles, Ryan Reynolds, and Noah Schnapp is exactly what our social anxiety nightmare looks like, but thankfully Schnapp took notice of the YouTube star and gave him a side hug, and the Deadpool actor followed suit. While the debate about whether James Charles should have interrupted the actors is a discussion for Twitteratists and the Disciplinary Council, we are more interested in the subject of the discussion that had Reynolds and Schnapp immersed. Let us know in the comments about what you think they were talking about. So it's interesting that they say that he kind of just like gave him a side hug, because that's not what happens. Like, he stands there and then they stop the conversation and then he's like, and like he says something to them for a second. It's very cringy and it's very, very awkward. Interestingly enough though, rather much, it reminded me of 2017 James Charles. So let's do a little history lesson, boys and girls. Do you have your protractors out? Because we're going to need our protractors today for history lesson. Why? I don't know. I'm not a teacher and I barely graduated from high school, but I think the protractors are something that we use in history class. Algebra maybe, geometry, I don't know. But I have my glasses on so I can do math today, and all I know is one cringy moment and one cringy moment equal two cringy moments, which equal exit off of YouTube. So let's talk about James Charles' cringiest moment from 2017. Okay, so in 2017, James Charles caught shamelessly using his fame to cut in line. Do you guys remember this? Okay, so let me just read you quickly this article. Don't you know who I am? James Charles tried to use his famous name at a meet and greet event to get special treatment, but it didn't initially go to plan. James, along with some other YouTubers, were at DragCon trying to meet their favorite drag queens. Okay, so DragCon is a national convention that they do. I think they do it in LA, New York, and maybe London now. And it's like mostly all like RuPaul's Drag Race queens. But anybody else can get like a booth there and things as well. But it was organized and began, I believe, by like RuPaul's Drag Race. Okay, so it's mostly like their alumni and things like that. However, James thought that he was above waiting in line unlike the commoners who paid for tickets. James Charles was at DragCon when he spotted drag queen Latrice Royale in the middle of a meet and greet with fans. Take a look at the video below. I'm not going to show it, obviously. The video was recorded from a live stream, so everyone watching live witnessed it. James didn't stand in line. He marched directly into the photo taking area. Latrice tells James to wait in line like everyone else, has no idea who he is. James then asks a befuddled Latrice, "Can we take a selfie together?" Now, when you guys watch this video, it is so uncomfortable, okay? There is a huge long line of fans of Latrice Royale who have paid to get a meet and greet picture with her, okay? And James literally walks to the front of the line like, "Hi, Latrice, I'm here. You should know who I am," okay? So uncomfortable, so cringy, all right? Latrice, who didn't have any idea who James was, told him that an entire line of people were waiting. "We have a line," she said. James reveals his famous name for special treatment. "But I'm James Charles." However, this did not deter James from getting what he wanted. He continued to press on. James then decided to pull out the fame card and revealed, "But I'm James Charles." Latrice still didn't know who he was. However, Latrice eventually decided to speed things along by letting the famous stranger take a photo anyway. Latrice let out a laugh and said, "What is going on?" So anyway, that is James Charles' cringiest moment from 2017 to 2022. So 2017 to 2022. How many, now, I took my glasses off so y'all know I can't count when I have my glasses off. How many cringy moments has James Charles had from 2017 to 2022? This is like that game. Oh my God, I love that game so much, where it's like how many jelly beans are in the jar and then you have to count. Whoever counts gets to win something special, you know? I love that game so much. Okay, so everybody in the comment section below, what I want you to do is my homework for me. Because I'm not a very good student, okay? Because when I was in high school, we had a smoking lounge. So I wasn't doing my homework in the library. I was out in the smoking lounge, okay, with all the stoners. That's the truth of the story. But let me tell you the other truth of the story. Tomorrow is my sobriety birthday. So if I make it to tomorrow, I will have been sober 28 years, okay? So listen, good times were spent in the smoking lounge out there with the smokers and the ganj, but no longer, okay? We might have brought... Don't listen to me, okay? This is bad advice, but we might have brought vodka to organizations in water bottles, but don't tell nobody. So anyway, but that's where I was. So I don't have the math, okay? But I want y'all to do my homework for me because I'm not very good at homework. I'm not very good at math. But if you could put down for me in the comment section below all of James Charles' cringiest moments from 2017 to 2022, then I could do a video and it would be called James Charles' cringiest moments from the last 5 years. And then I could just read the comments from the comment section below and I'll read your name and everything. You'll get a shout out. It's like I have a Patreon, but you don't have to pay for it, see? Because you do my work for me. Isn't that so nice? Anyway, now if you want to, just feel like, if you want to, you can, but don't feel like you have to. No, seriously, don't feel like you have to. Don't feel obligated to buy my merch, don't. You don't have to buy my merch, don't buy my merch. Oh, Shane Dawson, we already know what his most cringiest moment is of always, okay? That merch sale shit. Oh, 25 cents for the cuss jar. Anyway, let me know what you guys think about all of that in the comment section below. I love you guys, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.